Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here, we're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the past, the present, or the future. Just take the parts that resonate for you, leave the rest behind. And if you would like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. My books are always open. Welcome in, y'all. I decided we're going to start the reading with the Kiper Lenormand stack, and immediately the first two cards that I pull out show bad luck and a loss of abundance, business failure, bad luck, bad luck, business failure, a loss of abundance. Could even be talking about like an upheaval or a sudden loss, as it relates to someone's business. So let's get into it. I'm like, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Tell me about the recent past. Okay. It has to do with a woman. Now, what's interesting is that woman and main female both came out here in the reverse. So this has something to do with a woman, a distorted feminine energy. Could be more than one. Okay. Alright. And in the near future, there's a storm. Now that's funny because before I started tossing these cards, I was using this stack. And in the same placement, in the near future, storm warning was the first card that popped out, and now I have storm. So there's something coming in the near future. Oh, now mountain is in the reverse. Now mountain for me talks about like it can be viewed as an obstacle. It can be viewed as as an obstacle, like a very difficult obstacle that you have, something that's really challenging, that's going to take you a while to overcome. Because how long you think it's going to take you to get from one side of the mountain to the other? You know what I mean? But if somebody had been shielded from some type of drama with this storm, that obstacle is no longer present. Whatever has been shielding somebody, it's kind of like it's coming. It's a lot closer than someone thinks. Alright, what's in the environment? Okay, let me finish pulling these cards. Oh, and then we got the mature woman up here. And a healer. Okay. In the environment, now mind you, what's in the environment is something that can be seen. Okay. I do have the mature woman in this line, and this seems really specific. So the first card out was child, but child's in the reverse. So we know that child can talk about innocence, or in the reverse, loss of innocence. Sometimes it talks about like a new beginning or something like that. But what I think is interesting is that you have an unexpected income that's next to the child, but the child is in the reverse. So we know we talked about this in other readings where like if there had been some type of large sum of money that was due to come to you. It would have allowed you to like have a whole new life, right? There's also an energy here, like if there had been some gossip around you or something that you do, oh, this is a lot. It's like something that you're like an expert at. But the chatter has stopped. So it's kind of like if this woman had been gossiping about you, like trying to defame you and talk all this shit about you or whatever, there's something that you're doing that's showing that you are like whatever you do. And interesting because I have the healer card out here. You could be a spiritualist. You don't have to be. Okay. But this feels like if somebody was gossiping about you, what you do, who you are, especially in the spiritual realm, if you work in this industry, if you work in this business, it's like somebody talking shit about you and who you are and what you do, though you are, at expert level, or you're, whatever you've done or whatever you're doing, you do it in a way, and I'm not even sure because I don't have other cards that say this, but the energy comes with you, whatever you do, you are an expert at it. You know your shit. You know it through and through. And maybe that's being proven. I don't even know how, like, I don't have things that say, I'm not using tarot, so I don't have anything here saying, like, you're in a public eye or anything like that, but that's the energy that this is giving me. It's like if somebody was talking shit about you, talking about like, oh, the collective doesn't know, da-da-da-da-da. Well, it's showing up that you are who you say you are. All right, what's in the background? Okay, remember yesterday's reading? And I vaguely, because when I get out of the energy, it just kind of, it's the same thing with my client readings. Like, I usually tell folks, like, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but maybe not specifically to your reading, because once I come out of your energy, I'm like not in your energy. I don't remember anything that I've just previously talked about. But I vaguely recall yesterday's reading where I talked about like somebody trying to pass themselves off as like an expert, at something, and they're really not. They don't really know a whole lot, because child, down here, let me tell you about the background. I'm like, oh damn, because that's what this looks like. So as it relates top to bottom, the environment and what's going on in the background, there is someone here, and it could be these distorted feminine energies. I don't know who they are. Whoever is experiencing some kind of business failure or loss, they're at a crossroad right now, having to make a decision about whether to release something. Okay, because this card talks about being in possession of something, possession, power. But the power and possession is over this unexpected income. So this is like somebody being at a crossroad, having to make a decision about releasing. If they're in possession of this unexpected income, they may be losing possession of the unexpected income, and is you being the person who is, you're the official person, like you're the one who knows whatever that is that you got going on in your head, whatever you're an expert at, because it's being seen that you are the actual expert. Their pathway forward is being blocked. Pathway is in the reverse. The brick wall is out here, like, out. Now, it's interesting because This also is an energy. These last 3 cards kind of gives me the impression that there may be a blockage. Like you might have, I don't know who this woman is to you. You might have her blocked. Because this talks about an incoming message or news, but it's not, it's in the reverse. So either there's a message that's being withheld, and this mature woman is responsible for withholding that message. And if she's coming off as, if she's trying to pass herself off as a healer, child, she is the false person. Okay. I keep stopping because I keep hearing these weird ass sounds in the house. It's just me and the dog, and I'm like, what in the hell? Anyway, somebody's fears, the fears and concerns, somebody here is experiencing bad luck. And I do think that they are concerned. Somebody here could be nearing, they could be in bad health or something, or they could be nearing like the latter days of their life. So this is kind of feels like somebody is afraid to pass. They're afraid of having to let go of something. Oh, shit. And the blockage is there is some hidden information about an ending or someone's death. I got coffin to coffin. So the blockage here is there may be some hidden information that somebody has kept about someone's passing or somebody's untimely death. Okay. What do I need to read? Okay, the next question, I hadn't even gotten the whole question out of my mouth, but I was like, what is it that they need to release? And the house card popped up first. So they've been hiding something. The garden talks about like a social environment or things being like things being seen publicly, but it's in the reverse, and it's also connected to the book, which is about hidden information. There's secrecy about a house and someone's death. Okay, so part of the lesson here is there's an element here revolving around some kind of confusion. They literally need to clear up some confusion about this house. It's all connected to the house. There is some change. There's a potential that somebody needs to relocate, and if there's something in regards to this property that they've been keeping secret, they need to come clean about it. They need to speak the truth. Four cards, please. So the advice, and this is typically my last four cards are usually like the advice cards, but I have despair, sudden wealth in the reverse, mice in the upright, and key in the reverse. So the advice is, this is, I'm like reading from right to left. The advice here is for somebody to tell, like, they got to come clean, because key is the same energy as book, but this is in the reverse. So when the key is in the upright, that's also like hidden information. That's also like a key piece of information that's being hidden. And this is like, if they have been, if they're, and we know mice is about incremental loss over long periods of time, essentially is theft, right? They need to come clean about some type of incremental theft taking place over long periods of time. They're in despair about losing whatever this unexpected income, sudden wealth, this financial windfall that they may have gotten their hands on. They need to release it. They need to release information about it, or clear up the confusion about them being in possession of this home. Oh my. Oh my. All right, let's clarify. Actually, no, we're not going to use these steps. We're going to use this one. So remember, we started off with a business failure, bad luck, clarified by home in the reverse. So definitely somebody may be losing their home or may have to relocate, and a cycle is broken. A cycle has come to an end. So maybe these two distorted women, work together. And I do feel like whatever this is, whatever this disclosure is, because it is going to, it can't stay hidden forever. This definitely feels like divine timing, and they may have done whatever they were doing. They may have done it over a long period of time. Something is being illuminated. So remember, let me put this down. In the near future, there's a storm. Okay? They had been protected from this storm by placing something in front of something that they believe to be permanent in their life, especially if it has something to do with this house or this money. They may have thought that this was something that was going to be like they're set for the rest of their lives, but something is being, the illumination of something. There's an illumination, and I think that's what brings about the storm. It removes this obstacle of being seen. Something's being seen. Wow. So okay, so this is in the environment. We have guide in the reverse, gift in the reverse, air in the reverse. Luck in the upright, protect in the reverse. Okay, this is a hypothetical. Now, you know, when I talk about when the card comes out and I say, you know, it's a mother figure, could be your mama, not necessarily your mama, a mother, right? I see this two different ways, because I did go down the road of, if you are the practitioner, if you are a spiritualist, if you have a platform, you don't even have to have a platform, maybe you just have, you know, a practice or whatever. Because I just got I got a whole other download right now, a channel download. As long as you have been, and I'm seeing it here, as long as you are connected to this woman, this mature woman, please only take this part if it resonates for you, but I'm picking up this energy really strongly. If this mature woman is like a mother figure for you, I see two things. One, if this is your mother, she was technically and should have been in charge of guiding you and protecting you. The energy that I get out here is that she did neither. She did neither. Now, the secondary energy that I got is that as long as you were in close proximity to this woman, you have somehow, because remember I talked about a few months ago about that like umbrella of protection that comes with being connected to one of God's chosen, right? If you are distanced from this person, she no longer benefits from the protective bubble, right? The umbrella. Here I have people chattering, like it's kind of like, remember I said in the beginning, I was like, oh, if there had been gossip, they can't gossip. She, you know, because I'm kind of getting it here. Like if there was talk about it, that has been silenced. But I'm also getting energy here too of there being chatter about how someone may have acquired either a large sum of money or, because I have gift here, unexpected income in the upright with gift in the reverse, and we know that gift in my Lenormand deck is, or my Kiper deck is an inheritance. So there had been something that you've been blocked from. And I do feel like somebody had been guided to get, like you were supposed to have access to this income. And I also feel like somebody thought that if they did enough chatter, nobody would actually look at you or consider you as being gifted or being somebody that has a gift, especially if you are a healer. It's a lot. Yeah, somebody's in despair about the potential of having to release this income. They're in possession of something that doesn't belong to them. And you know what it is? I think the biggest thing is they just don't want you to have it. Whatever this is, they don't want you to have it. I also feel like your connection to this individual or your bond with them, she may have, I'm going to say she because I got 3 cards of women out here. She may have also been responsible for, she may have been the key component to your pathway being blocked. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like this energy. I don't like this energy. Okay. I know when I shuffle the deck and no cards come out to flip the deck. That's what she was trying to block. She was trying to prevent you from healing. Because if you heal, you wake up. As long as you were connected to her, you are this mountain. You are the thing that had been protecting her from this storm. Okay. Listen. Rider in the reverse. Rider is an incoming message. Something that's coming in quickly, but it's in the reverse. Message. She's been blocking you from receiving this message. She's been preventing you from having access to it. I believe she's had access to it this whole time. Tell me about rider and false person. False person. What did I say yesterday? Intuition in the upright with false person in the reverse. So she been walking around here parading herself off as being a fake ass healer or high priestess. Child. You know what this sounds like? It's funny because I heard a reading the other day just in passing, and I don't even know who it was. Just something that was playing randomly on my YouTube, and I was just like listening to it in the background. But there was chatter about the fact that part of the dialogue and the conversation was that this woman, like, this is literally the same story. It's like somebody here who's like spreading gossip and saying like, you don't know nothing, you don't know this, you don't know that, I'm the real, whatever, and she's anything but. Just like I said in yesterday's reading, I was like, there's somebody here who's pretending to be, they pretend that they got, a gift or something, and they don't really have that. Literally a false person. They're hiding some wealth. The moon, vision. And this vision card talks about, this is like intuition, because this is, it's an owl, higher wisdom or whatever. Owls are about wisdom. This is about, they're worried, because this is bad luck, and this is something coming to an end. This is somebody here who is worried that your intuition, because I feel like this is you, your intuition knows about this hidden wealth. They're worried about getting caught. I was like, the blockage here is hidden information about somebody's passing, and then life comes out in the reverse. Lies. I can't make this shit up. I'm gonna show you. So the first cards out were book and coffin. The clarifying cards were life and deceit. But life is in the reverse. Coffin. Okay? So there's some hidden information about, or lies about, somebody's passing or end of life. Okay. What do I need to release? They are worried about, because I said they're worried about something being made public, something about this house. They're in fear about having to release this abundance. There is something of abundance that they have to release. My cards don't lie. Child, what's the lesson? This person don't know shit. They don't know nearly as much as they claim to have known. Whoever this person is very ungrounded. Very, very ungrounded. Well, and part of their advice, they're in despair. They got to come clean about whatever this incremental loss is. There's a failure, and they need to self-reflect. Part of what this is all about, and all of their lesson here, there is a need for them to reflect on their failures, their toxic behavior, and their inability or lack of growth. Damn. Okay. And right now, whatever they're going through, they just gotta go. They gotta go with the whatever they're doing or whatever they're experiencing right now. Whether it's a loss of home, loss of resources, bad luck, or whatever, there's not a whole lot they can do about it. And the decisions that they made, were never in alignment with them to begin with. So if this is definitely a fuck around and find out situation, and there's a lot of that going on, especially during eclipse season. A lot of that going on. They don't really have much of a choice but to just kind of go with it, because they can't go back and do it over again. You know what I mean? There's no do-over. Ooh. And I honestly think that these women, these two women, whoever these women, whether it's one woman or two women or three women, whatever it is that they've done, that they took initiative on to work together against you, it almost feels like an energy of, and this could be you, like this could be you and your intuition knowing that these people, what these people have done. You may not know specifically what they've done, but you may be aware of it. With deep knowing, you may be aware of it. Lies. Lies about loyalty. It's being revealed. I'm telling you, I do believe that you were that mountain. You were the thing, because I said up here, I was like, maybe in close proximity, because you have the umbrella. And when you removed yourself from this woman's energy, or you removed your energy from this woman's, from being in each other's auric fields, she lost the protection that you provided. Yeah, whoever this woman was, if she was supposed to guide you, if she was supposed to be your guide, she was never even thinking about that. She did absolutely nothing. Child, she did absolutely nothing. And whatever this unexpected income was, the gift that you didn't receive, she didn't do nothing to deserve that either. Remember when I said, if there had been gossip about who you are and what you do, you literally are an expert at what you do. I also get the impression that this woman never thought that you would walk away from her or remove yourself from the family dynamic. That also had caused, like, say you removed yourself, or you did put some distance between, say, you and your family. Of course, there's going to be chatter there. This is somebody that you know. It is somebody that you're closely connected to. They want to reach out to you or want to have some type of communication. I also feel like this woman has also, because I did talk about the guy, like there's no guidance here, but I also feel like Spirit's also been trying to get this person to not just think about their actions, but to think about, like, when you removed yourself and you removed your umbrella of protection. I feel like God was also trying to get this person, all right, collective is gone, so now what you gonna do? Like, you need to really be thinking about what's coming in the future, because again, like I said, I think you are this mountain here. You have essentially been protecting this woman or these women from this storm. Your umbrella has kept them protected. And I think what's coming in the future, especially here, it's kind of like the exposure. There is some exposure here that this person has been a liar, wears a mask, and has never been loyal. Has never been loyal to the people, the other people that they were dealing with, nor have they ever been loyal to you. That's wild. Okay, so remember we're talking about them trying. Okay, here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing. If this woman is in possession of something, a large sum of money, a home or whatever, resources or whatever that do not belong to her, if she's in possession of these things, and say, I don't know how it gets turned over. We haven't gotten that far yet. But don't allow this woman to use this as an opportunity to get back in your good graces. I hope that you're following along here, because this energy, and I've actually said this before. I was like, hypothetically, we'll say, if this was my story, hypothetically, if there's a house, hypothetically, we'll use the home that my mother is living in. If that house was technically willed to me or whatever, right? And she's been hiding it for all these years. My daddy's been dead for 20 years. And say she's been hiding this. I have a home. I literally would just be like, fine, just stay there till you die, and then like make sure the house is like transferred over to me when it's all said and done, right? I wouldn't even trip, because I don't care. I have a house. I have a roof over my head, and I'm fine. But if this woman tries to, like, say, there's a weird transfer. I don't know how this transfer takes place or how you get notified or none of that shit. But don't allow her to twist the knife even further into your back than it already is, to make you feel some kind of way about reconciling, mending the fences. Because truly, I don't feel no sense of like deep remorse. Fear, yes. Remorse, no. I feel like this woman, this energy, this mother-in-law, grandmother, aunt, whoever, this woman, it's kind of crazy, because on one hand it's like they're at a crossroad and they're emotional about having to release something that they're in possession of, but they weren't afraid when they took possession of it. They weren't afraid when they weren't coming to your aid. They weren't afraid when they were guided to come towards you and assist you, or to do, to be present for you. They weren't afraid when they weren't showing up. Make that shit make sense. Yeah. And I feel like whatever your relationship has been with this person, have been a lot of drama, just like push and pull. And it's funny because I've been talking about this to my friends, even like when you're in that energy of push and pull, like it's not in alignment. Whatever it is, it's not in alignment. It's not meant for you. And you may have been very well trying to create, you know, a foundation to the relationship and the alignments in your family, but you were doing all, you were doing all the work when the other people involved weren't really that active, and you always felt this weird adversarial thing when it didn't need to be. It's weird. I didn't hear the first part of the statement, but I heard be like them. Be like them. But I'm looking at this by the book card. Like they wanted you to be like them. I do feel like those people benefited from having you around physically. Something about your energy. And then in the healing process, I can definitely see where you only wanted to be aligned with people who are like-minded, people who are like you. It's like kind of calling in your soul tribe energy. See, this person does want to communicate with you, but they only want to communicate under certain conditions, and then not for you. Like, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They're very worried about something being revealed. They're hiding something, and they're worried about people seeing them as a liar and a thief, and they don't even know, I don't even think they know why that they've done the things that they've done, or what the motivating factor was. What's the black edge? Damn. So part of the blockage, remember we talked about there's hidden information about the end of someone's life. There's some lies that's being that need to be revealed. It's key information that is hidden, right? But part of the blockage as well is that what they've inadvertently manifested for themselves is an ending. Whether it's their own ending, whether it's their own end of life, whether it is the ending of your relationship with them, like a permanent ending of your relationship with them. Fear, anxiety about the loss of abundance and being alone. Uh-oh. Oh, damn. And the people that they've been around, that's the other thing. It's like, it's whoever they've been connected to, they were never in alignment to be around those people either. So even if they worked with a bunch of other people, I mean, even though, you know, birds of a feather flock together kind of shit, but it kind of feels like the people that they've been around, that those people were not in alignment. So it literally could be the other family members, it could be their friend group, whatever. But they're surrounded by people that they're not in alignment with. They're worried about having to do something alone. This person may have abandonment issues or something like that. Listen. And the other thing here is too, part of their advice, there's a lot going on here. There's got to be some self-reflection. There's got to be an analyzation of their failures, their toxic patterns, their lack of growth, or the need to actually grow. There's something that they need to walk away from. I'm hearing stand down. Between worlds and fork in the road, basically the same kind of energy about having to make a decision. Between worlds talks about moving forward towards like the new life, right? But there's some shit that needs to be wrapped up here in the back, and it's likely them having to come clean about this sudden wealth here that they may have to lose. Blessed is in the reverse, so we know that blessed in the reverse talks about having to work your ass off in order to receive certain blessings. And I feel like this person made certain decisions that put them in hyperdrive, where they ended up having to do way more to protect what they believed is theirs. So it kind of feels like the sudden wealth, or this sudden wealth or unexpected income, the gift, whatever, while it may not have been something that they worked for to obtain, they've had to work in order to maintain it. Does that make sense? It's like, it's funny because I'm thinking about when my dad passed, like quick story time while I clean up the cars, we're going to go into tarot. When my dad passed, my mother, well, prior to that, my mother had life insurance policies on all of us. She sold life insurance for many years. And we all had a policy on us. Me, my dad, my mom, and my dad. But my dad commits suicide, supposedly. My dad commits suicide, right? Well, life insurance doesn't do no payout for suicide. And so, and prior to his death, he had gotten really ill, came down with some weird ass cancer in his bloodstream that was inoperable, but we ended up going through surgeries and having stem cell replacements and all this other shit, and he ended up living, but then ended up dying at his own hands, supposedly. And then even at his death, when he passed, it was supposed to be a secret. Don't tell Tam. Imagine that. My dad, who raised me, my stepdad, who raised me, dies, and my mother instructs people to specifically not tell me and did not inform his own biological children. That's nasty work, baby. Nasty work. I'm like, what deck do I want to use? Let's use this one. Nasty work. That was a full ass reading. Actually, no, I'm not going to go into tarot. We're going to just keep going with the oracles, and we'll just wrap it up there. And I'll do another reading. Ooh, secret agenda. There's secret agenda, secret being exposed, a secret society. Somebody here could have been in a secret society. There may have been an abusive relationship. Somebody was an abuser. You may have been the abused. And there may have been other people who were enablers. Murder. Well, damn. Witness, suicide, murderer, or murdered. So like I said, there's some hidden information about the circumstances of somebody's death, and that information needs to come out. Destruction. Destroyer, fool, a saboteur, helpless maiden. So maybe this person who's keeping secrets pretends to be like a helpless maiden. All the while, this person is a destroyer. Healer. Faith healer, herbalist, doctor, or a midwife. Artist, professional collector, model, or hobbyist. You could be an artist. Childhood trauma, abused, kidnapped, or sold, orphaned, or abandoned. I'm touching on all the things. Extraterrestrial, close encounter, an off-worlder, a watcher or guardian, an early earth dweller. Power, position of authority, somebody may be losing the power. Fame or recognition, abuse of power. My cards do not lie. Very consistent energy. Give me 2 more cards, please. Royalty, direct descendant, illegitimate, distant relation, deposed, or loss of title. So if somebody here been in a position of authority, they may be losing their title. Somebody could be dealing with some health issues, contagious illness, genetic illness, hypochondria, or an infection. Somebody may have a health issue. Let's grab some tea leaves. Ooh. Quill, get back to basics. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Ooh. Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Peacock, beware of great pride. Dolphin, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. Yeah. Well, family wishes come true. Chain of events that will affect your life. Dog barking, advice from a friend. One more. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. I know that's right. All right. Let's get some truth cards. We're almost an hour. Let's get some truth cards, and then we'll wrap, and I'll do a second reading. We'll use tarot in that one. We'll use my triple deck. That was pretty solid reading, though, with all oracle cards. Pretty solid. I think I gave good information. A lot of it. All right. Separation. Summer. Consistent. Need to be alone. Autumn. Summer and autumn may be significant. No other interests. Truth teller. Home changes. Winter. Waiting for you to reach out. So summer, winter, and autumn. Someone's waiting for you to reach out. Temporary. Hostility. Someone's not having sex. Clarity. Wandering eye. Change perspective. 1414's out here again. 212. 2122. Someone may be lonely. We have business, commitment issues. 1313. 1212. Stop reaching out. Bottom of the deck, speak up. Pay attention to the warning signs. 515. Set boundaries. Soulmate connection. Remember, soulmates aren't always romantic. Low vibes. Immature emotions. Show more respect, or someone needs to show more respect. Someone is lurking. Someone is lurking and envious. A community. It could be a community of people. More info is needed. Bottom of the deck, soul journey. So we have 333, 1333, 1414, 1212, 155 or 515, 114, 414. Alright, let's look at the dates. Alright, let's start with January. I have January the 7th, January the 9th, the 10th, January 13th, and 14th. I have a lot of dates in February. I have February the 6th out here twice. I have February the 3rd, February the 5th. Well, let's start on this side. I have February the 5th, February the 3rd, February the 6th, February the 8th, February the 12th, 14th, and 15th, February the 9th, February the 7th, February 5th, 6th, 7th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 9th, and February the 14th. Okay, March the 3rd, March the 6th is out here twice, March 2nd, March the 8th, 9th, 10th, March 12th, 13th, and 15th. April the 2nd, April the 5th, April the 7th, April the 13th, and 14th. Have a lot of dates in May. We'll start on this side. I have May the 2nd, May 14th, and 15th. May 2nd is out here twice. May 6th, May 4th, May 7th, May 12th. May 12th is out here twice. May 7th is out here twice. May 13, May 12, 13, 14, May 23rd, May 25th, June the 3rd, June 2nd, June 3rd, June 2nd is out here twice. Wait, actually, June 2nd is out here 1, 2, 3 times. June 2nd, June 3rd, June 5th is out here twice, June the 9th, June the 13th, June 12th, June the 25th. July the 1st, July 2nd, July 4th and 5th, July 9th is out here twice. July 14th is out here twice. July the 13th, the 23rd. August the 3rd, August the 2nd, 3rd, and 15th. September the 1st, September the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, September the 12th, 13th, and 25th. September the 6th, oh damn, I got September dates over here too. September the 2nd, September the 6th and 7th, the 12th, and the 14th. October the 1st, October the 3rd is out here twice, October the 13th and 14th. No dates in November. I have December the 2nd twice, December the 3rd, December the 5th, twice, December the 6th, twice, December the 9th, twice, December the 14th, twice, December the 13th. Alright, let's do some dice and then we'll wrap and go into video too. Okay. So we have Jupiter, we have Neptune. I believe this is Saturn. Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter. 4th house, which is your roots, family. 7th house, your relationships. The 8th house is sudden. It could be like sudden losses. It could be inheritance. It could be death and rebirth. I have Leo out here twice. Sagittarius. Leo, Sagittarius, 4th house, 7th house, 8th house, Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter. Alright. If any parts of this reading resonated for you, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes and you see us the most. If you would like to book a personal, more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. My books are always open. Thank you guys for all the likes, shares, tips, donations, super thanks. All the new bookings. I'm getting a lot of new clients, so I appreciate that. Thank you for all the new clients and new subscribers to the channel. Thank you guys for helping me build the platform. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.